Has anyone seen the movie The Last Samurai? Martial arts hold a very prominent pillar in Japanese culture and historical tradition. Among the most notable Japanese martial arts is Kendo, the way of the sword. Today I will be demonstrating combat movements that have developed over centuries into a unique expression. Swordsmanship in Japan, as we know it today, did not develop until the 12th century AD. During Japan's medieval period, the martial art of Kenjutsu, or the sword killing arts, was practiced by the samurai warrior class. The warriors would train using bokken, or wooden swords, in both rehearsed techniques called katas or in sparring. Sparring in the old art of Kenjutsu was also very dangerous, and many participants died during its practice. However, that was just the reality of being a member of Japan's warrior class in that time period. It was during 1853 that America had placed an ultimatum on Japan and their cultural practices. The deal was that America would open trade with Japan, and that the Japanese would disband their samurai class and ban the public wearing of swords, or else they would be bombarded by America's ships. Among other banned cultural practices, America had forced the Japanese to stop participating in martial arts entirely, including Kenjutsu. The Japanese responded to this by transitioning their martial killing arts into sports and athletic programs. As such, the Kenjutsu masters had an assembly to combine all their different styles into one uniform set of practice that could be used as a competing sport. This was how Kendo, the way of the sword, quickly replaced Kenjutsu, the sword killing art. Kendo differs from Kenjutsu in several different ways. Most notably, how Kendos wear contact gear that resembles armor worn by the warriors of the Japanese medieval period, called bogu. And here is bogu displayed on this chair sitting here. Another main difference is that in Kendo, one does not rely on a heavy wooden sword for sparring, but a light and whippy bamboo alternative called a shinai. As you may have also noticed, I am wearing traditional Japanese attire. This jacket is called a gi, and this divided skirt is called a hakama. It is designed to hide one's footwork in sparring and practice, so one appears more ghost-like in their movements. Kendo movements themselves still hold on to the old philosophy of making the perfect cuts with the sword, and there are many different types of cuts in Kendo. The most notable four cuts in Kendo go as follows, from most important to least, in practice. The first cut is men. A vertical downward strike to the head. It goes this way. And as one delivers a cut, they announce which target space they're hitting. So if I was to hit down the head, I would go, men! The second cut is kote, the secondary vertical strike to the wrist. You would strike right here. And as I would cut, I would command, kote! The third cut, which is do, is the first angular cut in Kendo, and it is a strike to the stomach. And as I would cut, I would come down, still maintaining my center. And I would command, do! And the fourth and final strike is actually not a cut, but a thrust to the throat, called ski. And as I would do so, I would just flick upwards with the sword into my opponent's throat, just going, ski! As such. When these cuts are accompanied with good timing, performance, and footwork, the Kendoist is then able to develop combinations with these strikes that will ultimately compose a martial expression during practice. Today, martial arts have been revitalized, including the old killing arts, such as Kenjutsu, which is the ancestor of Kendo. In spite of this, Kendo has become a martial art practiced by almost every nation in the world. Ultimately, even though we do not live in an era where the application of swordsmanship is currently acceptable in our society, many are still fascinated by this arts discipline.